Yeah, hello, my lovely fans. It is another beautiful day as I welcome you to Menalights TV. So, as we have started with transformation, we are continuing with enlargement. So, in our previous lesson, we look at the types of enlargement that we have and then how to find the scale factor. So, before we draw our graph for today, we want to recap by looking at the types of enlargement that we have. We say we have three types of enlargement. So, one is enlargement or where the object is being magnified. So here we say the scale factor K is greater than 1. So if the scale factor is greater than 1, the image is bigger than the object. So we come to the second type of enlargement, that is diminished or reduced. So here the scale factor is less than 1. So if the scale factor is less than 1, the image is smaller than the object. If the scale factor is less than 1, the image is smaller than the object. Then we come to the third one. We have the same or equal. The type of enlargement is the same or equal, where the image and the object are the same because the scale factor is what? Is equal to 1. So another type is when the image is formed at the opposite side of what? The object. So here the scale factor is what? Is negative. So if the scale factor is negative, the image is formed at the opposite side of what? Of the object. So we are going to look at this question and see how best we can go about it. A, which is 1, 1, B 1, 3, and then C 2, 1. So we are going to first of all plot this object or plot the point and then look at the object that will be formed. Then after that, we are going to enlarge it by the scale factor 2. So the first point A, which is 1, 1. So 1 is here. So that's my A, 1, 1. Then I have my B, which is 1, 3. So B, 1, 3, 1, 3 here. And then I have C, 2, 1. So the C is 2, 1. So C, 2, 1. The first number or the first coordinate is for x-axis. So now let's join to form the triangle. So this is the object that we have. Now we want to enlarge that object by the scale factor 2. So what happens is that the point times the scale factor will give you the point image. The point times the scale factor will give you the point image. So when you have the point, the first one A, which is 1, 1, multiplying by the scale factor, which is 2. So it's going to be the 2 multiplying 1 and 1 here. And so our A1 is going to be, so the 2 will multiply 1 and give us 2. And then the 2 will multiply this 1, 2 and give us what? 2. So that means our A1 there is what? Is 2, 2. Now let's take out B. So our B is 1, 3 times the scale factor 2. So it becomes 2 multiplying 1 and 3. So we have our B1, which is, so 1 times 2 or 2 times 1 will give us 2, and then 2 times 3 will give us 6. Then we come to C, which is 2, 1, then times the scale factor 2. So that is 2 into bracket 2 and 1. They give us our C1. So 2 times 2 will give us 4, and then 2 times 1 will give us 2. So this is the image that we have. So we have our A1, which is 2, 2, our B1, which is 2, 6, and then C1, 4, 2. So we are going to plot this point to see what we have. So the first one, A, 2, 2. So our A here, 2, 2, you have it here, A, 2, 2. That's our A1. The A1 is 2, 2. Then we come to our B1, which is 2, negative 6. So B1, 2, 6, not negative 6, 2, 6. So that's my B1, 2, 6. Then I have my C1, which is 4, 2. So 4 and 2 is here. So my C1, 4, 2. So now we join to see the image that will be formed. Now this is the image that is formed. Now when you look at this, you realize that the image here is what? Is bigger than the object. The reason being that this object has been magnified or enlarged to get the image here. So before you can enlarge an object to get an image, you need a scale factor. And here the scale factor that we use is what? Is 2. So that means that what we have here, this is what? Twice of what we have here. So because of that, so first it was A is 1, but when you look at it here, it becomes 2, 2 because the scale factor is what? 2. So we use the 2 to what? To multiply the coordinates of the object to get what? The image. So when you come to B, the B is what? Here is 2, 3. Is 1, 3 becomes what? 2, 6. So 2 times 1 will give us 2. And then 2 times 3 will give us 6. So when you look at it, the C, which was 2, 1, becomes 4, 2. Because of the scale factor, that is what? That is 2. So now, this is the object, the image that we have, and this is what? The object. And this image is bigger than the object that we have because of the scale factor. We like the same object, but the scale factor here, -2. So we say when the scale factor is negative, the image is formed at the opposite side of the object. So we are going to try it and see if it is true. So here our scale factor is -2. So we have the point A, which is 1, 1. So K is equal to -2. So it means we have to use the negative to multiply the coordinates of what? A. So -2 times 1, 1. So that becomes -2 times 1 will give us -2, and then the -2 times 1 here will give us -2 as well. Then when we come to B, B is 1, 3. So then the scale factor is -2. So -2 is multiplying 1, 3. So here negative times +1 will give us -2. Then -2 times +3 will give us -6. Then we come to C, which is 2, 1. Then the scale factor is -2. So the -2 will multiply the 2 and 1. So -2 times 2 will give us -4. And then -2 times 1 will give us -2. So we plot the same and see where it will be formed. So the first one, A, -2, 2. We have the A. So our A2 here, -2, 2. So this is where the 2 are meeting. Then we have our B, -2, 6. So B, -2, 6. We have it here. B, -2, -6. -2, -6. Then C, -4, 2. This is where it's located. -4, -2. We have it here, not here. So our C2, -4, -2. So not here. So we join to see what is formed. So this is the image that is formed. Now when you look at this is the object, and this becomes what? The image. First, it is enlarged by -2. And that negative means what? It will be formed at the opposite side of what? Of the object. So here is our object, and this becomes what? The image. So here is the opposite. So they are opposite to each other. So because of that, the image is formed at the opposite side of the object because of what? The scale factor being what? A negative. And since it is -2, it has been what? Enlarged. Meaning the image is bigger than the object. Yeah, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Remember to subscribe to this channel, Menalights TV, for more updates. Menalights TV, when the sun rises.